In the enormous world of American coinage, some treasures remain hidden in plain sight, quiet, ordinary coins that millions of people hold every single day without ever realizing the unbelievable fortune they might be touching. And among these silent treasures, one coin stands at the
वजन का
center
बड़ा
of some of
गोश्त
the most
खांदा ही नहीं।
shocking discoveries in U.S. numismatic history, the Roosevelt dime. These small silver circles, first introduced in 1946, were meant to be simple everyday currency. But what most people never knew is that over the decades, a combination of rare minting mistakes, limited production runs, and
वजन का बड़ा
mysterious
गोश्त
proof
खांदा ही
errors
नहीं।
created a handful of Roosevelt dimes, so rare that collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars for just one single coin. Imagine this: the same dime you overlook on your table, the
वजन का
same
बड़ा
10-cent
गोश्त
coin
खांदा
you
ही
drop in
नहीं।
your car's cup holder could actually be a hidden jackpot. A tiny flaw in the minting process, a missing mint mark, a special strike, or a rare variety could turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing treasure. And the most unbelievable part? Many of these ultra-rare dimes are still out there, hiding in old jars, forgotten
वजन का बड़ा
boxes,
गोश्त खांदा ही
estate
नहीं।
collections, and even everyday pocket change. In today's video, we're diving deep into the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered, the ones that shocked collectors, broke auction records, and became legendary in the coin world. We will uncover the secrets behind these rarities, explain how tiny details can create million-dollar
वजन
value,
का बड़ा गोश्त
and show you
खांदा ही नहीं।
exactly what you need to look for so you don't accidentally give away a fortune. So get ready, because the next Roosevelt dime you find could be the treasure you never expected. This is FM Coins, and today we reveal the rare coin. Secrets that could change the way you look at money forever. Now we will talk about the first coin, and this one is so rare, so mysterious, and so unbelievably valuable that even professional collectors consider it the crown jewel of all. Roosevelt dimes and the legendary 1975 no-S proof Roosevelt dime. This tiny 10-cent coin is one of the most astonishing modern mint errors ever discovered in the history of American coinage. In 1975, the U.S. Mint prepared thousands of proof sets at the San Francisco Mint, and every single coin was supposed to carry the famous S mint mark, confirming it was struck with special proof dies. Proof coins are not ordinary coins. No, they are polished, mirror-like masterpieces created for collectors, made with extra care, double strikes, and perfect detail. But something extraordinary happened that year. Something no one expected. In an extremely rare and unexplained accident, a few proof dimes were struck without the S mint mark, turning them into one of the greatest modern rarities ever seen. This mistake should have been impossible. Proof coins go through strict quality control. Dies are inspected carefully. Mint employees are trained to prevent errors like this. And yet somehow, this dime slipped through the cracks and made its way into sealed proof sets, sold to ordinary buyers. Today, only 2 confirmed examples are known to exist, just 2 coins out of millions. That level of rarity is beyond extraordinary. It's comparable to winning the lottery twice on the same day. When the first 1975 no-S dime was discovered, the numismatic world went into shock. Experts could not believe that such a mistake had survived mint inspections. Collectors began searching through their old proof sets, hoping they might be holding a life-changing treasure without even realizing it. The excitement grew, stories spread, and the legend of the 1975 no-S dime became one of the most thrilling mysteries in modern U.S. coin history. This dime has sold for jaw-dropping prices at major auctions. One example crossed $350,000, and many experts believe that if another specimen ever appears, or if one of the known coins resurfaces in perfect condition, the price could easily reach $1 million or more. With only 2 known examples, demand is far greater than supply. And that is what makes this coin so powerful, so attractive, and so incredibly valuable. It is a perfect example of how one tiny detail, a missing mint mark, can transform a simple 10-cent piece into a priceless rarity that collectors dream of finding. And what makes it even more breathtaking is the fact that this treasure originally sat inside an ordinary proof set that cost only a few dollars. Somewhere, someone once bought this coin without knowing they were holding a fortune. The 1975 no-S proof Roosevelt dime is more than a coin. It is a symbol of mystery, rarity, and unbelievable value. A reminder that hidden treasures still exist, even in the smallest places. Now we will talk about the second coin, a rarity so unexpected and so deeply mysterious that Collectors still debate how it slipped through the strictest quality controls of the U.S. Mint, the astonishing 1968 no-S proof Roosevelt dime. This coin is considered one of the earliest and most dramatic proof mint mark errors in modern American history. In 1968, the San Francisco Mint began producing proof coins again after years of pause. Every proof coin from this mint was supposed to carry the S mint mark, proudly displaying that it was struck with special dies, polished planchets, and produced with extraordinary care for collectors. Proof coins are never meant to have errors like this whenever. And yet, in the very first year of proof production returning to San Francisco, something remarkable happened. A small number of 1968 proof Roosevelt dimes were mistakenly struck without the S mint mark. How this error occurred remains a mystery even today. Some believe a mint worker accidentally used an unfinished die. Others think it was a rushed moment during setup. No one knows for sure. But the result was the birth of one of the most shocking modern rarities, a coin that was never supposed to exist. The moment collectors discovered this error, the numismatic world exploded with excitement. Proof coins undergo heavy inspection, and mistakes like this are almost impossible to escape detection. Yet these rare no-mint mark dimes somehow passed through the mint, got sealed into official proof sets, and were sold across America for just a few dollars. Imagine the surprise of a collector, opening a simple proof set only to find a treasure worth more than a luxury car. Today, only a very limited number of authentic 1968 no-S proof dimes are known to exist. Their rarity is extreme, and every example is treated like a museum-level artifact. Auction houses have witnessed intense bidding wars every time one appears. Prices have reached over $40,000, and depending on the coin's condition, collectors believe it could rise much higher. Some experts even say that in perfect deep cameo condition, this rarity could challenge six-figure prices in the future. What makes this coin even more valuable is its place in numismatic history. It was among the first major proof mint mark errors of the modern era, setting the stage for later legendary errors like the 1970 no-S and the 1975 no-S dimes. Its existence proves that even in a highly controlled environment, mistakes can happen, and when they do, they create treasures that collectors spend their entire lives searching for. This coin is not just a mint error. It is a symbol of the unpredictable nature of coin production, a symbol of how even the most perfect systems can create miracles by accident. Every collector who searches through old proof sets dreams of finding this exact dime, the coin that changed the way modern errors are viewed. Now we will talk about the next coin, a hidden treasure that took the modern coin world by surprise, the unbelievably rare 1970 no-S proof Roosevelt dime, a coin that was never meant to exist and yet became one of the most sought-after modern U.S. mint errors. The year 1970 marked another chapter in the production of proof coins at the San Francisco Mint. By this time, the mint had already learned from past mistakes, especially after the shocking discovery of the 1968 no-S dime. Strict checks were put in place, new procedures were introduced, and the mint was determined to ensure that no mint mark errors ever slipped through again. But even with all the precautions, even with all the technical improvements, something extraordinary happened, a tiny, almost invisible mistake that created one of the most legendary modern rarities. A handful of Roosevelt dimes from the 1970 proof sets were struck without the S mint mark. Just like in 1968, this error should have been impossible. Proof coins go through multiple inspections, polished planchets, special dies, manual handling, all designed to prevent mistakes. And yet, one unfinished or unmarked die found its way into the production line. The result was a small number of brilliant, mirror-like proof dimes that left the mint with no mint mark at all. The discovery of the 1970 no-S proof dime caused immediate shock across the numismatic community. Collectors began checking their proof sets, analyzing every detail, hoping they might be the lucky one to uncover a life-changing rarity. And the more people searched, the clearer it became. This coin was extremely rare. Only a limited number of confirmed examples exist, making it one of the rarest modern proof mint mark errors ever, released by the U.S. Mint. Auction results have proven just how valuable this dime truly is. Depending on condition, certified examples have sold for over $3,000, $5,000, and even $10,000, with the price climbing higher for deep cameo-proof strikes. Some numismatists believe that in the highest grade, and with increasing demand from modern-era collectors, this coin could break past record prices in the coming years. But the true value of this coin goes beyond the price tag. The 1970 no-S proof Roosevelt dime represents a fascinating moment in American Minting history, a moment when a tiny oversight created a legendary rarity. It reminds collectors that even in the most controlled environments, perfection sometimes slips. And when it does, treasures are born. Every collector who owns a GE 1970 proof set still wonders whether a hidden jewel might be sitting unnoticed inside the plastic case. And that's the magic of this coin. It brings hope, excitement, and mystery. It keeps collectors searching, dreaming, and hunting for that one extraordinary coin that could change everything. The 1970 no-S-proof Roosevelt dime is not just a mint error. Now we will talk about the next coin, a modern treasure that many people overlook but collectors know as one of the most unique and valuable releases in Roosevelt dime history. The fascinating and highly sought-after 1996 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, this coin looks completely normal. Just a modern dime with the familiar profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. But what makes it extraordinary is a tiny detail that most people never notice with the U Mint mark. This dime was struck at the West Point Mint, a facility known for producing military medals and bullion coins, not regular circulating dimes. And because 1996 was the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt series, the U.S. Mint decided to do something special, something that had never been done before. They created a limited edition dime with a West Point Mint mark. But here is the surprising part. These dimes were not released into circulation. They were not meant for daily use. Instead, they were placed exclusively inside special, uncirculated coin sets sold only to collectors. This instantly made the 1996 W dime one of the rarest modern dimes ever released. Only a small number were made. And because they came inside sealed sets, many have been lost, damaged, or forgotten over time. But the most incredible part is what happened next. Collectors realized that even though this dime was officially released by the Mint, its limited production, unusual mint mark, and special anniversary purpose made it far more valuable than a regular piece of pocket change. Demand skyrocketed. People rushed to check their coin sets. And soon, the 1996 W dime became a modern legend, a coin that teaches collectors to watch every detail. Today, the value of this dime depends heavily on condition. A typical uncirculated example can sell for $20 to $50. But in high grades like MS67, MS68, or with perfect luster, prices shoot up dramatically. Some of the highest graded pieces have sold for hundreds of dollars, and special registry quality examples have touched even higher prices, especially when certified by top grading companies. But its true value is not just in dollars. The 1996 W Roosevelt dime stands as a symbol of rarity hidden within modern U.S. coinage. It proves that you don't need a century-old coin or a dramatic minting mistake to find something valuable. Sometimes even a small, modern coin, released quietly and tucked into a simple government set, can become a treasure that collectors treasure for a lifetime. And here's what makes it even more exciting. Many people still do not know about it. Many coin sets remain untouched in drawers, closets, and old boxes. That means the next person to find a perfectly preserved 1996 W dime could be holding a valuable surprise without even realizing it. The 1996 W Roosevelt's dime reminds us that the world of coins is full of hidden gems, waiting to be discovered by those who look carefully. A tiny mint mark changed everything. Now we will talk about the next coin, a modern circulation rarity that slipped into the hands of everyday people without anyone realizing its hidden value. The astonishing 1982 No-P Roosevelt dime, a coin that became famous overnight and continues to rise in value as collectors hunt for surviving examples. The year 1982 was a turning point for U.S. coinage. It was the first year in history when the Philadelphia Mint began consistently placing the P mint mark on all its circulating coins. This was a big change, a historical shift in how America identified its circulating coinage. Millions of freshly struck dimes were supposed to carry this new mark, proudly showing that they came from the Philadelphia Mint. But something unexpected happened. Something that would turn an ordinary dime into a numismatic treasure. During the beginning of production in 1982, one of the dime dies was mistakenly used without the mint mark engraved on it. That meant thousands of dimes were struck with no mint mark at all. These no-P dimes were then released into the general public through banks, stores, and everyday change. For a while, nobody noticed anything unusual. People used them for small purchases, tossed them in drawers, and mixed them with ordinary coins. It wasn't until collectors carefully examined their change that they discovered something shocking: a dime from 1982 with no mint mark. Even though every dime from Philadelphia should have had one, the news spread rapidly. Coin dealers, enthusiasts, and even casual collectors rushed to check their change jars. The 1982 no-P dime instantly became one of the most talked about modern U.S. coins. Its story was everywhere: newspapers, magazines, coin shows, and everyone wanted to know how such a mistake could have escaped the mint's quality control. And then the real surprise came. This was not a tiny one-time slip. Several thousand examples had entered circulation, making this coin rare enough to be valuable, yet common enough to keep collectors searching with hope and excitement. And because these coins were used in daily transactions before being recognized, many of them show wear, meaning high-grade examples are extremely scarce. Today, an ordinary circulated 1982 no-P dime can sell for $50 to $150, depending on its condition. But when you move into the higher grades, coins that escaped heavy circulation, the value skyrockets. A sharp, well-struck example graded in the top conditions can sell for $500, $1,000, and even over $2,000 at auctions. And in near-perfect mint state, some pieces have crossed $3,000, making them one of the most valuable modern circulation-era dimes ever discovered. But the real magic of this coin lies in its story. It wasn't found in a special set or hidden in a collector's vault. It wasn't created by a proof minting mistake or a limited edition release. This treasure came directly from everyday life, without realizing they were holding a valuable rarity. Now we will talk about the next coin, a rarity that shocked collectors when it surfaced and instantly became one of the most desirable modern proof errors in U.S. history: the extremely scarce and mysterious 1969 no-S proof Roosevelt dime. This coin is the perfect example of how a tiny minting oversight can create a treasure worth thousands. The year 1969 was only the second full year of proof coin production returning to the San Francisco Mint. The Mint had strengthened its quality control procedures, especially after the 1968 no-S dime. Incident caused massive excitement among collectors. Every proof coin was supposed to carry the crisp and clear S mint mark, proving it was struck with special dies and meant exclusively for collectors. Proof coins, unlike regular circulation coins, are made with mirror-like surfaces, frosted details, and exceptional precision. They are carefully handled, thoroughly inspected, and sealed in protective cases. But despite all the caution, despite all the new procedures, something slipped through. A small number of 1969 proof dimes were mistakenly struck without the S mint mark. How this happened remains one of the great mysteries of modern coinage. Did an unfinished die make it onto the press? Was there a moment of oversight during die preparation? Was a replacement die accidentally used without proper engraving? No one knows. But what we do know is this: the result was one of the rarest and most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever produced. When the first 1969 no-S dime was discovered, collectors were stunned. People began checking their proof sets with a renewed sense of hope and excitement. Dealers searched old inventories. Long-forgotten boxes of proof sets were opened for the first time in decades. And slowly, the truth became clear. This coin was not just rare. It was extremely rare. Only a very small number of authentic examples exist today, making it one of the elite members of the no-S proof error family. Auction prices for this dime prove just how sought-after it is. Even mid-grade examples have sold for $10,000 or more, while higher-grade deep cameo pieces can reach $20,000 to $40,000, depending on condition. And because collectors continue to chase the complete set of no-S proof dimes, the value of this coin continues to rise. Every time a new example appears, it becomes the center of attention in the numismatic world. But what truly makes the 1969 no-S proof Roosevelt dime special is not only its price, it is its rarity combined with its mystery. The fact that this coin escaped the mint undetected, survived decades untarnished, and now stands as a symbol of one of the mint's biggest oversights, makes it a legend among modern rarities. This coin teaches collectors an important lesson. Even in proof sets and where perfection is expected, there can be unbelievable mistakes. And those mistakes can transform an ordinary 10-cent coin into a treasure that collectors spend their entire lives searching for. Now we will talk about the next coin, a historic and astonishing rarity that collectors dream about but few ever see. The legendary 1946-1945 Overdate Roosevelt dime, a coin that combines history, mystery, and staggering value. The year 1946 was a monumental year in U.S. coinage history. It marked the first full year of the Roosevelt dime, which had been introduced just 1 year earlier in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his passing. The dimes were struck in massive quantities across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and for the first time, millions of Americans held a coin that commemorated a living legacy. But amidst this historic production, an incredibly rare anomaly appeared, a die that had not been fully re-engraved from the previous year. This resulted in what numismatists call an overdate, a coin that shows the date of 1946 stamped over the earlier 1945 date. On the 1946-1945 overdate Roosevelt dime, careful inspection reveals traces of the previous year's date underneath the 946. It's subtle, almost impossible to notice without magnification. But for collectors, this detail is everything. Overdate coins are not just rare, they are historically significant. They tell a story about minting practices, errors, and the meticulous art of die preparation during a time when minting machines were operated manually and mistakes could survive to become legendary treasures. The 1946-1945 overdate dime is especially prized because it combines extreme rarity, historical importance, and visual intrigue. Collectors prize the coin not only for its scarcity but also because it represents one of the very first production anomalies in the Roosevelt dime series. While other modern coins with mint mark errors are fascinating, this coin links us directly to the birth of the Roosevelt dime and the post-war era of American coinage. Because so few examples have survived, the 1946-1945 overdate dime commands incredible prices. Depending on condition, auction results show these coins can sell for over $50,000, with some of the finest, perfectly preserved examples fetching well over $100,000, and because only a handful are known to exist, each one is treated like a national treasure. For collectors who specialize in Roosevelt dimes, discovering one of these coins is the pinnacle of success, a coin that instantly cements a collection in history. What makes it even more extraordinary is how it was originally released. Like all dimes in 1946, it circulated quietly, used in everyday commerce, tucked in pockets, purses, and cash registers, while carrying a secret value hidden to the naked eye. Imagine unknowingly spending a coin that decades later would be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of this coin. This coin proves that when it comes to Roosevelt dimes, beauty, rarity, and incredible value often lie in your pocket. And there you have it, a journey through some of the rarest, most valuable, and most fascinating Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. From the mysterious 1975 No-S proof, to the early legends like the 1968 No-S, the modern marvels like the 1996 W, and the historic treasures like the 1946-1945 overdate, each coin tells its own story, a story of mistakes, secrets, and incredible value hidden in everyday currency. These coins remind us that even the smallest 10-cent piece can hold the power to change a collector's life forever. One missing mint mark, one hidden error, one tiny overdate, and a simple dime transforms into a legendary treasure worth thousands or even millions of dollars. For collectors, enthusiasts, or anyone who has ever handled a Roosevelt dime, these coins are more than currency. They are pieces of history, mystery, and opportunity. And who knows? The next hidden treasure might be sitting right in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. If you've enjoyed exploring these incredible dimes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more rare coin secrets, collectibles, and stories from the world of numismatics. This is FM Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be priceless.